If you're a busy mom looking to glow up in 2025, this video is for you. I've got 7 tried, trusted, and tested steps that you can take to help you start your hot mom winter glow up. If you're new here, my name is Bailey. I'm a certified personal trainer, postnatal specialist, certified nutritionist, full-time working mom, and general wellness junkie. I make realistic, holistic wellness type content in the context of the chaos of motherhood. So if that's your thing, I would love for you to subscribe to this channel and stick around because I post new videos every week. Okay, without further ado, let's dive in. Tip number 1 is to simplify. Here's the deal. Stress is not sexy. Stress actually ages your body. It's bad for your hormones, it's bad for your skin, it's bad on your sleep, it's bad for your health. But the good news is there's actually a lot that we can do to help manage our stress and just make the impact of the stress less intense on our bodies. These are the things that I swear by that have created so much more peace in my daily routine that may seem silly and stupid to other people, but I'm telling you, this stuff has changed the game for my family. Number 1 is products. I admit that I'm a product junkie. I love like skincare, lotions and potions, makeup, all the things. Like I freaking love products, okay? And somehow between my obsession with these things and my need to go to Sephora every now and then and like stock up on stuff and like receiving PR packages and whatever else, I have just accumulated crap, just like product palooza in my bathroom. And so I realized that in order for me to not only be less stressed during my like morning and evening routines, but also just like have my space less cluttered and to be more likely to actually do my skincare routine, I needed to cut down like 90% of my products. I wanted my drawers to be just the stuff that I actually use, and I do not need backups of everything, and I do not need all of these like, but maybe I'll use it in this one special occasion product. Like I don't need all of that. My goal was to aim for like 3 or 4 products for the morning and the evening max. And anything more than that, I'm just not gonna have time to do, or realistically, I'm gonna be too tired to do it. Which means double duty products are a must. So if you can find like a great tinted moisturizer that also has SPF in it, like that's double duty, that's almost triple duty. So like that is like creme de la creme what you are looking for when you're trying to simplify your product game. The rule for me was if I hadn't used it in more than 6 weeks, it had to go. And I kind of made this fun. Like I put a little bag together of products that I had used some of, but not all of, and then products that were totally brand new. And I had like some gal pals over and just had everybody go through the bags and take what they wanted. And it was kind of this little product swap that was like a really fun way to kind of clean out my clutter and simplify things for me. Whatever your product game is, just simplify it. Take time, take an hour, go to that area of your house, grab some bags, peel out the stuff you want to donate, peel out the stuff that needs to be trashed, and like keep the things that you're just going to use, like your must-haves, handful of like holy grail products that you will actually use. And this will just simplify your morning routine, your evening routine. Okay, the second area that I swear by when it comes to simplification is socks. And I know that's going to sound ridiculous because socks are probably not the thing you think of when you think about all the stress in your life. But I am telling you, this sock hack, and I don't know where I learned it, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but this sock hack will change your life. If you're a mom, this is for you. Think about how many pairs of socks you have in your house between you, your partner, your children, whatever. Like there are probably socks everywhere. And the likelihood that all of those socks have a match, like have a little buddy, is very unlikely. It is very slim. The amount of time that I would spend trying to match socks and figure out whose is whose and put it in the right drawer. And if I'm trying to get my daughter dressed for the day, like making sure that her socks actually match, which probably doesn't matter, but in my mind it does, very stressful. Not anymore, and here's why. I have made the decision to allow everyone in the family to have 2 types of socks. So you get multiple pairs, but you only get 2 types. So I, myself, chose Bombas because I'm a Bombas freak. I have a no-show Bombas sock because I'm a millennial and I love no-show socks, and Gen Zs won't take that from me. And then I have one type of higher plain white crew socks for like boots and stuff like that. Those are the only socks that I have, and they're all white. So anytime I see one of those socks, I know they're mine. I know what drawer they go in, and I never have to think about finding its buddy because they're all each other's buddy. Everyone's a buddy in this system. So much easier. And the same is true for my husband, and the same is true for my daughter. Everybody gets 2 types of socks. Simplify your sock game. Socks aren't that important. They don't need to match. You don't need a million different options of cute socks. Make it easy. Make it easy. Okay, next up in the areas of simplification is loungewear, which I really just need to say pajamas. I was notorious for going to sleep in like giant, oversized, ratty college t-shirts, and then I would randomly decide I wanted to be a different person, and I would buy a really nice set of lake pajamas that were like a cute little matching set that I very infrequently wore. And somehow all of my like comfy loungewear clothes accumulated into this giant drawer of like chaos where I could never find anything that I actually wanted to wear. It was all just like junk. If I did on a whim want to wear my cute pajamas. I could never find the bottoms. Like, it was just kind of like a mess. And this may be a very niche complaint, but for me, I toss and turn a lot in my sleep. And if I was turning over in the night and my t-shirt would get like, because it was a huge college t-shirt, would get like caught underneath me and I was like twisted up in bed in my sheets, it would send me into a blind 3 a.m. rage that I cannot describe to you. And so I finally said, you know what? No, I'm done with this. This is not the life for me. I don't want to deal with this like chaotic pajama drawer anymore. And I don't want to deal with this drama in the middle of the night because I can't toss and turn comfortably. So I have changed my loungewear game. I now wear the exact same, not the exact same pair of underwear because that would be gross, but like the same pair of underwear, but I like have multiples of them so they're always clean. And the exact same tank top, again, multiples of the same tank top. And it's like form fitted to my body. It's really comfortable. They're super soft. I'll show you the exact ones that I have. And when I'm out of bed, like doing stuff, making coffee in the morning, getting the kids ready for bed, whatever, I have my IKEA robe, very fancy, that I wear on top with a pair of slippers. But this just takes out the mental load of like, what are my pajamas? What am I gonna wear? Like, no, it's always the same. It's super comfortable. And my pajama drawer is so streamlined, so simple. It just makes life so much easier. I will say I did keep one pair of like nice pajamas, and it was those lake pajamas. It's like the kimono lake pajama set. I just love them so much for pregnancy and postpartum. Like when I was nursing, that set was it was like the softest, butteriest luxe thing I've ever owned. So I did keep one pair, I will admit. Okay, last example here of simplification, but this one is gold. And this is simplifying playroom or the play area, wherever your kids' crap is, all the toys. You gotta organize the toys. And yes, that is challenging. And yes, you are going to have to do it again. Like, just because you do it today does not mean that you're not gonna have to do it in 2 months. Like, kids are kids, and that is the reality. However, if you are not on the toy rotation bandwagon, girl, you need to get on it because it is scientifically proven to be better for the kids in terms of their own like enjoyment and engagement and inability to be distracted. But it's also better for you because you're not having to buy new toys all the time to keep them stimulated. Like, you're just rotating things through and through, and they're like, oh, they forgot about the toys that have been in the closet for 2 months, but now you're whipping them out and they're super jazzed about having these like new toys. So it's great for the kids, which is of course the most important thing. But the second most important part of this is that it means less crap out on the floor. Less toys out, less clutter. The rest of the things that are off rotation at the moment are in a closet somewhere or under the bed or in a bin, whatever. But it just means there's less to clean up at the end of the day, which is a win-win. I also am a big fan of organizing. We have one of those shelves that has a little different baskets in it, and each basket has its own category of things. So we've got books in one, we've got stuffies in one, we've got little popper fidget things in one, we've got art supplies in one. Like, it just helps me to stay organized. And yes, of course, it gets disorganized because she's a toddler and that's how it works, but having it there in the first place and knowing when it is time to clean up, I can just like. So in conclusion, streamline and simplify as much of your life as you can, even if they're little things that may seem silly like your socks. I'm telling you, this stuff adds up and it is key to your hot mom winter glow up. Okay, my next tip for your hot mom winter glow up is that hot moms are healthy. When was the last time you went to the dermatologist or the ophthalmologist or the dentist when it wasn't some need that you had in the moment? Like, when was the last time you got a checkup? When was the last time you got a physical or blood work done? I'm gonna guess it's been a minute. Because if we are good at anything as moms, it is convincing ourselves that that stuff is not as important. That doesn't take priority over all of the other responsibilities that I have in my day-to-day. Personally, I made this mistake my first year of motherhood. I put off going to the dermatologist. I'm a fair-skinned girly, so I was always going to the dermatologist once a year to get my annual checkup. I put that off, and I finally pulled the trigger. I went back in. I was like, okay, I really need to get checked up. It's been a while, and lo and behold, I had cancer. It was, very small, the very chill kind, basal cell carcinoma, I think is what it was called. It had to be removed and I had to monitor it. Now I'm obviously getting checked more frequently, but please hear me say this. You deserve to go to the doctor. You deserve to be healthy and to be well. And the best way to do that is to be proactive about your health care. So in your hot mom winter glow up, you are going to be making your appointments. You're going to the dentist, you're going to get your eyes checked, you're going to get your skin checked, you're going to get a physical, like whatever the things are that are applicable to your life, go do it. Don't put it off because your health is the most important thing. You deserve to be healthy, and your family deserves a healthy version of you. So, okay, my next tip on our Hot Mom Winter Glow Up is workouts that work for you. You had to know fitness was coming. If you're talking about a glow up, of course, moving your body is going to be a part of that conversation. However, I am not here to tell you that in 2025, you need to start some brand new fitness program. I do not think that, especially if you're someone who does not have exercise as a regular part of their routine, I don't think that setting some big ambitious goal is really the right way to approach this, because the odds are good that you're not going to follow through. You're going to do it for a week maybe, and then life's going to be life. And suddenly that big ambitious goal that you had is just this thing that you kind of feel some shame about because you never did it. So what you're going to do instead is set a very realistic for you goal to move your body more than you're currently moving it. Why? Because exercise is so crucial for your mental health, your emotional health, and of course your physical health. Moving your body helps you sleep better. It gives you more energy. It helps you digest your food. It helps you deal with your stress. It helps with your bone density. It helps with your heart health. There's 1,000,010 reasons why you should be moving your body. If you're someone who doesn't enjoy it, I think it's because you haven't found the right form. So if you try to be a runner and you hate running, don't run. That's fine. You don't have to do it. But you do need to find something that you can do and then set a realistic goal for how frequently you're going to do that over the next few months as you approach 2025 and are doing your Winter Mom Glow Up. I run a fitness app for moms, and on my app, I program 4 workouts a week that are 30 minutes or less each, because I don't really think you need a whole lot more than that. As moms, we're moving throughout the day in most cases. Like, I do have a desk job. Some of my days are a bit sedentary, but the rest of the time, girl, I am moving. So when it comes to exercise, I don't think you need to plan to do like 6 days a week of a full long hour-long workout. It's really not necessary. So I program 4 workouts a week, 30 minutes or less. So I think that's a very realistic and approachable way for moms to work out. If you are someone who wants to work out from home and is interested in strength training, I'd love for you to try out my app and join all the other mamas that are getting fit from home in 30 minutes or less. You can try it free for 7 days. I'll pop some info on the screen, and of course there's always a clickable link in the description box below. But if you don't love strength training, then don't do strength training. Now, if you've never tried strength training, I think you should try it. I personally believe it's the best and most effective way to see physical changes in your body while supporting your overall health. But if you don't like it, that's fine. Do something different. Just set a realistic goal of 3-4 times a week where you're going to dedicate to moving your body. Joining a yoga class, having a dance party in your backyard, like whatever it is for you, you need to find a way to enjoy it. If you have not found the thing that you enjoy yet, keep trying. Because again, hot moms are healthy moms, and healthy moms move their bodies. So, okay, the next tip is to romanticize your nighttime routine. Now listen, when I hear people on the internet talking about their nighttime routine, I usually roll my eyes, because it's generally some sort of like 12-step skincare deal with journaling and meditation and yada yada and all this stuff that I'm like, that is so out of the reality of the world that I live in as a busy full-time working mom that I can't even go there. But everybody has a nighttime routine of some kind, and I want you to romanticize yours so that you can enjoy it and make it the most health-producing version of your nighttime routine that's realistic for your lifestyle. I think we can all agree that in motherhood, sleep is sacred, and we know the benefits of sleep. We know how important it is to get good sleep. We also know that some seasons of motherhood, you're not going to get it. You're just not going to get good sleep, and that's okay. My daughter has never been a good sleeper. She's still not a good sleeper as a toddler, and I accept that. I know I'm probably going to wake up at least once a night to handle that, instead of just like railing against that and being like, well, I guess this isn't the season where I'm getting good sleep. What I do instead is try to focus on the hours that I am going to get and make those as beneficial and meaningful and as quality sleep as I can. And to do that, I had to learn to romanticize my nighttime routine, and here's exactly how I did it. First, I gave myself a bedtime. I know that may sound ridiculous, but again, I know I'm not getting a full night's sleep, so I have to be really diligent about going to sleep early so that I can get as much good sleep as I can. I try to be in bed by like 8:30, which might sound a little crazy to some people, but I'm usually up by 5, so 8:30 is actually pretty realistic for me. Next, I simplified my routine. So we already talked about the products a little bit, but I really narrowed down the products I was using for like my skincare routine, like brush my teeth, floss, cleanse, moisturizer, whatever. The PJs part, I also streamlined, so that was really helpful. But then everything else, I have it right there on my nightstand. I have a humidifier, I have the book that I'm reading, I have my glasses, I have hand cream and my lip mask that I sleep in, like my little retainer. It's all right there on my nightstand. Make it really simple, have it all in one place. I'm not running around trying to find things as I need them at 8 o'clock at night. The next thing I did was deal with my phone habits. Now, a lot of people talk about like putting their phone to bed. That's not something I can do because my phone phone is my baby monitor, so I'm not someone who does that. But I do have my phone automatically go to Do Not Disturb at 7 p.m. From 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., my phone is always on Do Not Disturb no matter what. And that is really helpful, just like reducing notifications. And that also is like this is my no screen time. Like if my phone's on Do Not Disturb, I'm not using my screens, and that's beneficial for sleep because it's reducing the amount of exposure I have to blue light before bed. And also just, I don't need any more social media, email, whatever. After 7 p.m., I'm good for the day. The last piece in romanticizing my routine was just making it cozy, like real cozy vibes, you know? I've got my book, I take a cup of tea with me. I've got my little humidifier going that I diffuse some oils in. Like I just want it to be so cozy so that when I get in there, I'm like looking forward to it. I'm excited to go to bed, and I know it's going to be like a relaxing 30, 45 minutes of my day. If you make your routine something that supports your health while also just helping you unwind, then you're going to look forward to it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to be more likely to do it, which means you're going to sleep better, which means it's going to be this lovely repeating cycle where you're getting the best sleep that you can, which supports your overall health and also just helps you unwind, helps your stress levels come down before the end of the day. Like so many wonderful benefits to having a really streamlined, cozy, vibey nighttime routine. Okay, my next tip I called Grow to Glow. And what I mean by that is in your hot mom winter glow up, one thing that I want you to think about is how you can focus on your personal growth. It is so easy to lose yourself in motherhood. I have been there. I know. A lot of my friends have been there. I've seen it happen. When we're moms and when we're just busy in general, like we just forget that we are also like fully formed, thinking, breathing, learning humans. We just kind of get in survival mode. And so the last thing you're thinking about is like personal growth and development. But health and wellness and hot mom vibes are not just physical. It's also mental and emotional. And that means focusing on your personal growth is super important in your overall health and in your overall hot mom journey. But I would encourage you to think pretty critically about this area of your life and what are some things that would be defined as personal growth for you, and how can you invest in and prioritize those things over the next year. For me, I'm a big reader, so I made a list of a lot of nonfiction, sort of like self-helpy kind of educational books that I want to read as part of my personal growth journey. There's also a lot of podcasts that I'm really into, and I also have a Skillshare subscription, so I can take courses on different things, which as a business owner is really helpful, but it's also like a way that I continue to learn and grow and develop over time. Maybe for you, it's taking a cooking class or taking up sewing or learning how to change your own oil. Maybe it's starting an Etsy shop or volunteering somewhere. It can literally be whatever you want. The point is just to invest in your own growth and invest in your own development so that you continue to foster your ability to be like a happy, whole, functioning human. And the beautiful thing about this is that the outflow of those actions is that you're a more grounded mom. Like you are a better mom and partner and wife and friend and whatever for investing in yourself, because you're a more well-rounded person and you have more to bring to the table for other people. Okay, next up is nourishing yourself. So in your hot mom winter glow up era, you are going to nourish your body differently than you have before. If you've been on the internet for the past, I don't know, any amount of time in the past 2 decades, you have heard 800 million different opinions about the best diet or the best way of eating or the next food that you need to avoid because it's going to kill you and your children and blah, blah, blah. I am not here to give you another diet or another food to cut out. Like, that is not how I roll, but I do want to offer you an alternative for a way to think about nourishing yourself and your family over the next year, which I believe is one of the most beautiful ways to heal your relationship with food. As a nutritionist, when I work with women, one of the things I care most about is how they feel about food. Because if you live your whole life warring against it, just hating the concept of food and eating in general, because it brings so much feelings of like shame and guilt and shoulds and I can't eat that and I shouldn't eat that and like good food, bad food, like I want to heal that in myself, in you, in everybody, because that's just not how it's supposed to be. Like food is a gift. Food is something we can enjoy. Flavors and taste, like that stuff is beautiful and we should be able to enjoy it. And so as a nutritionist, my focus is always to help women heal that aspect of their relationship with food so that they can live a long, beautiful, happy life. So this is one of my favorite ways to do that. And this is your hack for your hot mom winter glow up. And that is to eat seasonally. So we live in a world where scientists and farmers and labs and whatever else have developed a way that most of our produce is ripe and available all year long. But that is not how Earth was intended to be. In its most natural form, food is seasonal. Produce is seasonal. And so even though, yes, you can get strawberries all year round in the grocery store, we all know they're really not that good. in like the winter. They're a little bit grayed out. They don't have the same sweetness. The flavor's not really there. And that's by design because winter's not the season for strawberries. So by focusing on eating seasonally, learning, teaching yourself what foods are in season each season and in your area, and then developing your palate and your meals and your meal plan around that, it's this beautiful way to re-engage with good quality food, whole foods at that, encourage a really diverse diet throughout the year. Eating in this way lets you get creative. It lets you try different fruits and vegetables throughout different aspects of the year. It helps support a really healthy microbiome, which comes from food diversity. Our microbiomes dictate so much in our bodies. I can get into this in more detail in another video, but so much in our bodies, even down to like your mental health, can come back to your microbiome. And your microbiome is best supported by food diversity. So eating lots of different types of foods throughout the year. The last thing I'll say on this is it's designed really well. The world we live in has been designed very, very well. For example, the season for citrus fruits is winter. Citrus fruits are also chock full of like vitamin C. Well, winter is sick season, and what do you want during sick season? You want vitamin C. The design is built in. It's beautifully done, and we are able to enjoy that and celebrate that by eating seasonally. Last but not least, your tip is hot moms have hobbies. Okay, this kind of goes back to personal development and growth, but it's a little bit different because this is less about learning and developing, and this is just about have you ever gone out to dinner with like your husband or a friend or whatever, and you kind of just don't have anything to talk about other than maybe your kids or your job? It sheds a light on the fact that so many of us have forgotten to build fun into our lives, allow ourselves to have other outlets that are beyond just our day-to-day responsibilities. It goes back to the idea of investing in yourself as a selfless act for your family, because having hobbies allows you to be a happier person, which allows you to show up differently for the people in your life. And it also allows you to just be more interesting. You have more stuff to talk about. You have more things to do. You can meet more people. Like, there's just so many benefits to having hobbies. We all deserve to do things just because we enjoy them. And if that feels really unnatural and far-fetched of an idea to you, I would encourage you to stop and think about why. Why do you feel like you don't deserve to have fun? Why do you feel like you don't deserve to carve out time just for you to enjoy something? I know that motherhood is not always conducive to having like ample free time to doing all these, like picking up all these new hobbies, but it doesn't mean you can't try. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it a little bit. It doesn't mean you can't have any at all. I'm in a book club. We meet once a month. And that meeting is like 2 hours long. We actually talk about the book. I know, it's crazy to think about. And that is the only time I see those women the entire month. We don't even talk. We have a group text that only goes off to schedule like, hey, where are we meeting? What time? What book are we reading this month? Between the meeting and reading itself, this probably takes me, I would say, 4 hours out of my month to spend time on, because I'm reading, I'm meeting with them, etc. 4 hours out of the month is totally doable. It's very realistic, especially because we always meet on the same, it's like second Tuesday of every month. I always know, so I can get childcare, I can make sure my husband's available, whatever it is. I am able to invest in that, even though it's not a huge chunk of my life, it's not a huge chunk of my day, but it's something I really enjoy. It's helped me meet other moms in my neighborhood. I found this group on the Facebook moms group and didn't know any of these women prior to that, but it's been so fun for me and so beneficial for me to have that hobby and just have something to do that's just for me, just mine, just for fun. Just pick something that you do solely for fun and make sure that you're able to do it at least once a month. It is worth it. You are worth it, and you deserve it. Okay, mamas, those were my 7 tips for your hot mom glow up, making 2025 your hottest mom era yet. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel for more of that realistic, holistic, busy mom wellness content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.